So the problem is, y'all, like, if you're buying an account, basically all the money that you're gonna make, we're gonna share. The company isn't gonna make money if you don't make money on your trades. But the thing is, now my question is this: if they're offering like 10K accounts or 100K accounts, why doesn't the company have a limit to, however, like, let's say if a country has, not a country, let's say if a company has 10 million dollars, you understand, to trade, and then they have all this funded, like they're selling all these funded accounts. Why isn't there a limit to the amount of what do you call it? Why isn't there a limit to the amount, like cumulatively the total amount? Because if we, let's say, let me put it like this: if five people buy $200,000 account, that's $1 million, you understand, from five people. So 10 people, that's two M's. So why isn't there a limit? Why do they keep selling these accounts like as if like their wallet is unlimited? That's one thing I don't understand. Because if I know, like, I'm gonna open a company and I have, let's say I'm gonna open a prop firm company, I should know how much I have I'm coming with. I can say I'm coming with 20 M's. Let's say I'm coming with 20 M's. Then I know the more people buy these accounts to trade with, then it has to reach a certain point where I'm like, guys, I don't have money anymore to sell. There's no more money left to give other traders that are coming. Someone has to first lose a target and then fail, and then only then can there be like a slot for people to buy into that amount that's just there alone. So these people, how can like 1,000 people buy funded accounts? 1,000 people. Just imagine 1,000 people. That means these niggas, you guys are telling me these niggas have like an infinite pool of money to give you those trading funds. It's either that, but me, what I think is it's either that, or you are led into believing that you're trading with a live account, only for it to be a demo account, and then you get your profit share from the other people that are buying this funded account. Because there's no way, bro. There's no way they're gonna sell. They're gonna give you these funded accounts like unlimited amounts or like numbers of funded accounts. There's no way. There has to like be a limit. Do you understand what I'm saying? How do they keep funding like up to 1,000 people? So that means, do they have unlimited money, or are we missing something here? Do y'all understand what I'm saying now?
So again, what was offered is, at least allegedly here by the CFTC, was not factual. Now, stick around with me because this thing just
Also, it's quite funny that they saying we only make money when you do, but in reality, Traders Global is not a third-party liquidity provider. It's a counterparty to the substantially all customer trades. So a counterparty is like the opposition, is the op to all your trades. The op, trading against. In SA brokers, we would refer to this as like brokers that trade against the clients, right? And they're saying the complaint also alleges that Traders Global, which is the liquidity provider, actually minimizes the likelihood of that customers trade profitably using pretext to terminate customers' accounts, misleadingly assessing commission that reduce customers' account equity, secretly using specialized software to cause customer orders to be executed at worse prices than appeared to the customer at the time the order was sent. Oh my God. And handicapping the extremely small number of successful customers to decrease customer profits and increase customer losses. Jesus. Whew. Man, this is nasty business, G.
Now, stick around with me because this thing just gets more and more crazy as we go. The complaint also alleges that Traders Global actively minimized the likelihood that customers trade profitably by using
God damn, that's crazy.
price losses. Oh my gosh.
Jesus Christ. This is the worst. Actually, this is like a worst trader's nightmare. A trader's worst nightmare. It's basically what they're saying here. So not only were they minimizing the likelihood of you to become profitable, even though they gave you specific parameters and rules to say no, maximum drawdown daily 5%, whatever, profit target is 8%, but in all, this whole thing was rigged. You understand? This whole thing was rigged, meaning if you open a trade at a specific price, your order on the other end would get opened at a different price. You understand? And they said what also? They said the prices that appear on the customer at the time the order was sent, and the like it's not the same one that they will show you, and also handicapping the extremely small number of successful customers to decrease customers' profits. So basically, this thing was like I don't think, because they're saying that this global Traders Global, which was supposed to be a liquidity provider, was actually a counterparty to a lot of the customers' trades, meaning they're trading against the customers. You understand, making it hard for you to think. Making it hard for you to
some
make
sort
money.
of soft brands is very much, it has like a 4.9 out of 5 at the time of recording this on Trustpilot. This is a very big name in the space, and we've just uncovered at least what the CFTC's research has found while freezing all the assets and seizing everything, looking at everything. They found supposedly, allegedly, that there's an algorithm or a software here involved that is actively making sure that traders are less profitable on their platform. This is not something that a consumer, a user of their product could possibly know from the outside. This is like a black box kind of thing. And so that is a bomb dropper right here. This is really crazy stuff, guys, to see kind of coming to light some of these things that, you know, we've been talking about on the channel. And, you know, if I sound excited, I'm not excited because I know that, you know, this situation is terrible for people who have been impacted or victimized by this company or, you know, the countless others that are very likely doing something of this nature. Again, it's a closed door kind of industry, and that's why the prop space is under a lot of scrutiny by, again, the CFTC. And this is not the only one. I said this earlier today in my previous video. This is likely the first of several prop firms to get kind of attacked. This is not isolated to MyForexFunds.
I think this is just the first. This is just the first of many prop firms that we're gonna see coming down to crash. You understand, guys? Man, this thing was marketed in such a nice way on the internet. I saw it on YouTube and I also saw it on Instagram. But my question, it still remains, Doc. How? Where do they get all these funds? Do they have an unlimited amount of money? And also, how do you know it's not rigged against the client? That's what I need to know. First, one person. I need to know one person in real life who's actually making money from these things, and then I will go in. Because guys, even if you're saying 80 USD, I must buy an account for 80 USD. Guys, I can just spend that money most in something that at least I will see. You understand? Unless you guys really want me to do it, I'll do it. But yeah, you guys, unless you guys really want me to do it, I'll do it. You understand? But at the moment, I don't really feel a need to.
And this will be, again, catching automobiles and make tens of millions of dollars in transfers to his personal account.
Wait, what?
And more than 135,000.
What?
It is now on their radar clearly. As the complaint noted, we'll keep going, the Traders Global pitch has been successful, and more than 135,000 customers have signed up for their trading program since November. 135,000 customers since November 2021. Paying at least $310 million in fees. The complaint alleges, I assume this is the CEO, used proceeds from the fraud to purchase luxury homes and automobiles and make tens of millions of dollars in transfers to his personal accounts.
Oh, Jesus.
So again, if you think prop firms, you know, when they are showcasing, you know, paying out a user $5,000 or $10,000 to an influencer, that sort of thing, be very careful, because look at these numbers, guys. $310 million. Wow. I mean, that is crazy, especially when they're actively, supposedly or allegedly working against clients. This is crazy, right? To have, you know, some sort of algorithm involved, specialized software here is what they're saying, to cause customer orders to be executed at worse prices. I mean, this is crazy. I mean, I know so many people who are using this firm and the, you know, such a highly sought after name, using an algorithm to cheat people supposedly, allegedly, again, I keep using that word because I don't know any more than what I'm just reading and reacting to here.
Right.
But guys, that is terrifying to think that if this huge firm is doing that, how many others are doing the exact
That
same
nigga
thing?
made
Just have
310 M's. Oh, Jesus. 310 M's, G. My nigga, you just disappear. You feel me? Just
think
disappear.
a different prop firm,
310 M's.
You know, be very, very careful. This is crazy to see. In a separate action on August 29th, the Ontario Securities Commission issued a temporary cease trade order that includes a prohibition against all trading in any securities by Traders Global Group Incorporated, and I assume, again, the CEO. I'm just assuming, I'm not entirely sure. I just imagine he's the owner. The CFTC appreciates the assistance of the Ontario Securities Commission. So they're working together. This is clearly a big takedown, and it has to be in order for $310 million. That's what's catching the attention of regulators here. Oh my goodness, guys. That is
Wow.
a bomb dropper.
That's crazy.
Of an announcement. And, you know, where do we go from here? Well, I think this is going to call into question just what is going on behind closed doors with props. And I've been very vocal. I know this video came across probably very critical of the space, but I'm hoping that this is a warning to people. This stuff is real. This stuff is scary. You know, they're silently, if this is, you know, to be the case, if they're actually using software against their clients, how many other firms are doing that, and how many other firms are actively making sure secretly that their
the traders lose? You understand? That's what I'm asking myself, dog. It's getting harder and harder to trust that, like, a firm just wants you to make money. They just want you to trade with their money and make money. It's very hard for me to believe this thing. You understand? That niggas just want us to become successful. Because, you know, coming into trading, I always thought that brokers are actually working with us. They only need their money from commission and stuff like that. But you find out that the broker is even trading against its traders. So it becomes crazy now if you want to go into these things and actually believe that these prop firm companies are there to make you rich. Just like that. It rarely happens like that, G. And I would like to know anyone with personal experience regarding this thing. I would definitely like to know, man. I would like to know, man. I'm looking for someone with experience or something. Let's just check Doyle Exchange.
Sad, very annoying. That I'm starting to see, like, okay, prop firms are really, like, very, like, you gotta be careful with these prop firms.
Right.
Because if you really understand, like, really think about it, like, they was never giving people 100K live accounts. Like, they was never doing that. So let's just get to the video. So MyForexFunds sends a notice out to all their traders, and they sends this. Okay, you can read it. I read it already, and I just wanted to make a video on my opinion on prop firms and the future of prop firms, because MyForexFunds was probably...
So apparently they sent this email. It says, traders, yesterday we learned that without prior notice or discussion, a provincial securities regulator in Canada and the commodities regulator in the US issued orders preventing us from trading securities or accessing funds in our bank accounts. Until these freeze orders are lifted or modified, our business is effectively and at least temporarily frozen as well. We'll be reaching out to regulators to discuss concerns, and the first court date to determine whether the freeze orders should be lifted or modified is currently scheduled for September 11 in the US, and the other hearing later in the same week in Canada. We hope to have this matter resolved as soon as possible, and we'll update the message as events occur. So in the meantime, to all the niggas who bought accounts, my thing is like, so what's happening? So are you getting your funds back? No, but they said they froze bank accounts, so that means you niggas just gotta wait. You've been duped, basically.
Top 5 retail traders
is what they're saying.
From there, we're gonna move forward, but it's not guaranteed that everything is gonna get unfroze September 11th.
That's the thing.
So my opinion on this, because this is going to be very concerning for prop firm traders, because MyForexFunds is one of the top prop firms. So what do you think is going to happen with the other ones that's like up and coming or new? They're going to do the exact same thing. So when MyForexFunds go to court and they really dive deep into the business, they're gonna really like have to expose everything about the business. And soon as like the United States government or the Canadian government really realize like, I don't really like this, like I don't like this business model, they're gonna shut down for good. I mean, they already shut down right now temporarily.
Yeah.
But once they really go dive deep and be like, y'all not really even giving them a real 100K account. This is a demo account. Like, trust me, like there's gonna be some red flags that's gonna go on in that courtroom. So
did that nigga say demo accounts?
Like this.
Yo, did that nigga say? Did that nigga say demo accounts?
I don't really like this. Like, I don't like this business model. They're gonna shut down for good. I mean, they already shut down right now temporarily, but once they really go dive deep and be like, y'all not really even giving them a real 100K account. This is a demo account.
Ooh.
Like, trust me, like there's gonna be some red flags
damn
gonna go on in that courtroom. So I made this video just to like really bring awareness to prop firms. So any prop firm can go through the same thing. It don't matter what it is. Like any prop firm can go
facts though.
But what I can say is that moving forward, us traders gotta really stop putting our faith into prop firms like that. Like, they are beautiful opportunities, yes, but like when something like this happened, and say a trader was full time, he gotta go back to his job. Say if he 400K, 200K with MyForexFunds, he's getting payouts. Now he cannot get a payout until this stuff clears up.
Until this, yeah.
And that's actually scary. Like when you really think about it. So I've been saying this for the longest, bro. Like, use the prop firms to fund your live account. Okay, don't just jump into Forex trying to get funded. Like, don't do that. Like,
facts.
Get profitable with a live account first, and then use that money to
fund
pay for challenges, get funded, get some payouts, put it back into your live account.
Facts.
I didn't even expect this to happen. Now this is coming from a trader that is not a prop firm trader. I'm not funded, never been funded, because I never really cared for them. And it's like when I first started trading, prop firms were just not that popular. Like, it was really just, you gotta save up, working 9 to 5, throw some money into your trading account, stack up, be a good trader. And
that's how we did it, G. That's how we did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, me also from personal experience, this thing of like getting funded or whatever was never an option when we was coming up. You know what I'm saying? All you had to do was work, get a job or something like that, raise some money, and then like fund an account and then grow. Even this thing of small accounts, we try to grow small accounts gradually until the account kind of has a snowballing effect where it's a little bit like, you know what I'm saying, it's getting bigger and bigger, and then just keep that consistency until you eventually have a big account. You understand? So that's why this thing for me also, I was never really like bought into it, like the idea of just buying the funds. But even if I did, that would be my approach, definitely, to just like get the payouts and then, you know what I'm saying, put the money elsewhere and not rely on the business model itself of just being a full-time funder trader. Because like, this company was big as hell, you know what I'm saying, or is big as hell. So imagine something like this happening to them. Like, what do you think? Who do you think is gonna fall next? Don't you think like another company is gonna fall next or what? I think another company is gonna fall.
Like,
definitely.
It wasn't really, like, prop firms did exist back like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, but it's just like now it's in the forefront. Not everybody want to get funded, and like this situation is definitely gonna scare a lot of traders. Like, I'm trying to tell you, I know.
Shout out, man! Shout out! That's Hallerbeck. V-Power was diva from
like, I'm just gonna
Karanga. Hola, I'm fit.
Pay live account and just add funds to it, and that's what I recommend, bro. Like, because there's a reason why I never push prop firms. Like, I never took a challenge on my channel because I simply just don't care for them. And then once I understood the business model, like they make money off of you losing, it was just like, bro, why would I do this? Like, it's no point. Like, I'm putting money into their pocket, and then I get my account, and then they give me my money back, and then I don't even know if they're gonna pay me out or not. So it's kind of unfortunate for us Forex traders.
Facts.
That we have to deal with stuff like this. Anybody that's been in the Forex community for a while, you remember Funding Talent? That was another scam prop firm, bro. Like, they were just not paying people out, and they ended up shutting it down. Now, where we're headed with the future of prop firms is they're gonna probably do the same things they're doing with MyForexFunds with other prop firms. And again, if they froze MyForexFunds, what do you think is gonna happen with these other prop firms? So again, I'm not trying to scare people in this video, but you gotta really think hard about what's going on right now. Like,
Y'all
This
gotta
is
do
one of the
research,
top
man.
5, in my opinion, top 5 prop firms. I've seen plenty of people make.
Y'all gotta
videos
do
on
research,
MyForexFunds,
fam.
and all their accounts are froze. Like they can't bring the money in or out. Everything is on hold. So if this is gonna happen to them, what do you think is gonna happen to these new prop firms that came the last 2 years, like the last 3 years?
Facts.
Like, I'm trying to tell you, bro. Like this is very concerning. So if you're a new trader, definitely just get good at the skill set. Like don't focus on prop firms. I know a lot of people that just come into Forex and want to get funded, and it's just like, okay, this really just happened, and I didn't.
Chet, that's why for me I was actually pointing out the fact that they selling this dream of having a big account, because at the back of our minds as traders, we've been sold this lie that or we've been sold the idea, not a lie. Let's rather put it like an idea. We've been sold the idea that having a big account means that with proper risk management and stuff, just smaller percentage increments monthly can result in like a very big amount of money. You pay like you can just basically earn a salary that more than someone who works like more than your doctors, your lawyers and stuff like that, from just like focusing on growing an account by like small increments of percentage monthly. So that's what we were sold. We were like, you know what I'm saying, like let's say coming from where I come from, the idea of trading with 100K is like damn near impossible. You understand? The idea to just fathom the idea like trading with a million rand, it's something that's like so far from our for our mind to even understand. So point where now when this opportunity gets like thrown in front of your face, you obviously would, just like any other human being, you try to grab it with both arms. You understand? But now, don't tell me, $187. You understand? $87 to get 10K account. Does that make sense, dog? I don't think that makes sense. Because my thing was, why don't they have a cumulative amount to where they say, nah, listen guys, we funded a lot of traders, so there's no money else. We don't have any more money left to fund someone until someone else loses a challenge, and then we'll take those funds and give them to you. But they just keep taking niggas and more niggas and more niggas, and like how can they, like they said 100 and something K people. I'm like, dog, that doesn't make sense, man. That doesn't make sense. How you can fund, dog, how can you fund 1,000 people with 100K account each? Where is this money coming from? You're not the government, nigga. You are not the government. You understand? The government can't even fund like like dog, if it's yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Expect this to happen. So I feel like MyForexFunds was a legit business doing everything the right way, but no, it was not doing everything the right way. Like, so this is very concerning. So my advice moving forward with prop firms, man, don't put too much faith into prop firms. It's a million prop firms out there. Everybody is starting their own prop firm. At the end of the day, if you're not profitable, if you don't have a skill set, you are handicapped. You cannot move forward.
Facts.
I love the opportunity of prop firms. Like people are really getting out of their jobs. People are like really getting out of their situations with prop firms.
Facts.
But it's like, okay, we cannot trade with them long term. That's just my opinion on this. Like long term is just not the way to go.
Can't.
Like use them for their funds, take the payouts, and put it into other things. Your personal account. Just keep using it as long as you can, because it's just not your money at the end of the day. Now, if this was your money, that's a different story, but it's not. So it's just, this is their business model. Their business model is kind of like crumbling, and it's kind of like, it's tough because everybody followed their business model. Like FTMO is like one of the first people to have a successful business model and go on for this long. So it's like, okay, who is next? That's the question. Who is next, bro? That's the scary question that everybody is asking.
Facts.
Who is next when it comes to this prop firms? And I'm pretty sure people that's watching this that have their own prop firm is probably like, damn, like, okay, like, should I even make my own prop firm? Should I even continue? Because what's going on with them? And again, I'm gonna say this again. There was top 5 like prop firms, like, so it just,
that's crazy.
This is very like disturbing.
That's crazy, Chet. That's crazy as hell, man. I don't even know what to say about this thing, man. It's crazy as hell. It's crazy as hell, man. You feel me?